morning.
Good morning.
We just arrived in Jerusalem.
Okay, you'll be here soon.
In April 2011, Miriam Schumann, my grandmother, moved out of her house in Shlomo Ben Yosef, Jerusalem, to a retirement home called Bet Moses. It's a house she lived in for many years with my grandfather, Ben, who died 4 years earlier. A house me and my cousins grew up in. I was then in my third year of film school and even used her as an actress in one of the assignments I had to do.
That's what my seat is, yes. Right now.
I was thinking I'd document the day of the move by filming the house and its surroundings, so later we could all reminisce together. Unfortunately, my grandmother passed away last January. I never got to show her this footage. It made me remember the good times we all had growing up in the house, and I thought this would be a good chance for all us grandchildren to say goodbye. Not to Grandma and Grandpa, or Saba and Savta, as some of us call them, because that movie will just take too long. But saying goodbye to their old home and the memories we shared there.
Mazel took it, right?
Yeah. Besides that, she's taken another 10
These
home.
are not coming.
She's taking another what?
10 sacks home for her already. Besides that, sacks, 8 sacks, 8 sacks.
And there's still so much to take.
One person.
I remember visiting Savta and Saba's place in Talpiot Mizrach, and that was such a vivid memory, visiting their backyard. Every Pesach we would visit, and just the outdoor garden, the sunshine, all the plants, the cats, the hills. It was truly a special place that I'll always remember.
I remember as kids, Grandma would give us like old pots and pans, and we would sit outside and pretend to be cooking by adding sand or leaves or cherry tomatoes and water, and it was very gross. And it was a big mess, but she would let us play, and we would do that for hours.
I love the big dining room table, or the big messy table. We always had to open it up and put all the boards in between.
Shot and call.
Slobo, you can take your mother home. We'll be very happy.
Come here, come here.
Yeah, come here, you want to go inside the hole?
Come on, in here, come on, underneath. Come on. So my best memory is of course playing bridge with Grandma and Grandpa. Me and my mother used to do it a lot. We used to lose for them. It was hard to me in the beginning to think of it, and this is why I postponed the video. When we came to play in the computer, me and Erez and Adi, Persian Prince.
שבט לחץ 7. תראה, תעבור עוד הספר. ראית? ראית איך הוא עבר? אבל נכון.
I remember coming for Passover and baking popovers and eating them with Nutella, of course. I remember watching TV in their family room. They would watch their show Roseanne, and late at night when everyone was asleep, I would stay up and watch the European MTV channel and find out all these cool new music videos. I remember their backyard, and Savta always telling me about what was new in their garden, and how could I forget about all the stray cats that I loved. I remember the little office with Savta's sewing machine, was always admiring Safta's knitting and asking her about her new projects and admiring all the art on her walls.
Do you want them still? Are they good? No,
They're
really?
okay.
No.
Sorry.
All the for making soup. I cut it all up so nicely.
Hershey's Kiss I read.
Not chicken. This cake? What are they from?
From months ago, I have baked for a while.
What? The green stuff. Do we need it or not?
No.
So we don't need this either.
Well, some of it. That, keep it, yeah.
Which ones do we keep?
I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't want this.
I think one of Grandma's favorite parts of the house is the kitchen. She had a torch stool. We used to love to sit in to watch her and help her do things. She had all the meals perfectly organized and knew how to serve and to take out the things exactly in time. I was always impressed how she knew how to serve the soup and have exactly one bowl for each person, and there was always enough in the big pot for everybody. It was a pleasure to help her and serve the food and clear the table. And we have to always clear one plate at a time. We could never stack the plates in the pile because she had to do it in her own way. I never believed how pots were always clean. There was never spots on our pots, on our dishes. After I got her pots now, they were after 1 week full with spots.
When I think about Safta and Saba's house, the first thing I think of is the computer room. That's because that's where I slept when I visited. I can remember being woken up very early in the morning by echoing prayers from the neighboring villages. Safta would already be up, of course, and she would pour me milk and cereal at the table. We would talk about things like the latest events at her synagogue or what was happening at my school, and even deep discussions on what it means to be Jewish. How could I forget the garden? I remember the back stairs that led down to the garden, and there was a bench against the wall outside. The garden was flush green with very tall plants, and there was even a cactus that was as tall as me. Now, of course, I was much shorter at the time.
I remember going with them, we slept there on the weekends or on Friday morning going to the Makolet in the neighborhood with Grandpa and getting like fresh challah and milk. We always had the milk like inside the bag. And I remember when we used to sleep there, the breakfast I really liked, we used to sit and fight about the two chairs. There was a yellow chair and the white chair. The yellow had like stairs and it was so high for us to get on it. And we used to have the cornflakes Kellogg's with the banana cereal and fresh orange juice. That was fun.
We used to sleep over in their house. The first thing I remember that every morning that we woke up, I used to sit in a yellow chair beside the bar, and Grandma used to make me like a kind of omelet, and she used to put it in a cottage cheese box, which was interesting. The second thing I remember, all their dogs, and I remember I used to lay down on the floor with the dogs. I don't know why I did it.
Can't remember how Grandma and Grandpa taught us the game of casino. It was a great game. We always came and sat in the round table in the living room, and we took out all the deck of cards and used to play with them all the time.
I remember during Hanukkah, she would have this game for all of us grandchildren, and they set it on the counter in the living room. We used to
play with us the game where they had all the chocolates and the coins, and we each had to pick up and see if it's our name.
This is my name.
Okay, so then you're all through. Ade, your turn.
We get all the days if we find someone.
Yes? Okay, Ashab Tamir. Okay, Tamir, that's your
אני ויש לך תפה חודש ארז, לא התעורר.
Whose turn?
לא, עדי יש לך עוד אחד.
It's been almost 4 years since we were last in that house, and even longer for some of us. Wherever they are, Safta and Saba, Grandma and Grandpa, playing bridge or casino in heaven, I hope they know how we cherish these moments and how greatly those memories shaped our childhood.